Coming up, we have your February 2023 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson Realtors, here today to bring you your February 2023 real estate market update from...
We are from a brand new, super exciting luxury development going up into the foothills here in Henderson. I have a video coming up on this, so make sure that you stay tuned and check that out. But this development is unlike anything that we've seen. Actually, it's the first of its kind in the...
Tell them about this, because when you were telling me, it blew my mind.
Yeah, so first of all, these are luxury homes in the $3 to $5 million price range, and they're semi-custom. This builder's been building in the Valley for many, many years. They're a global builder, but they really saw a lack in the market of quality design and finishes and technology in this price point. I mean, obviously you can spend $30 million and get everything you want, but they really wanted to pull in the details that you see when you're looking at design in Monaco or Paris, you know, all the little detailing. So they've secured this land here up in the foothills, and I mean, look at the incredible strip views behind me.
And it doesn't really show on justice on the video as it does in person, but it looks like we're a lot closer in person, and you can just see the snow on the top of Mount Charleston up there. So this is a great spot.
It really is a great spot, and we'll flash up some images of the design of these homes as well, so that you can take a little sneak peek. If you are interested in getting some more information, just let me know. Reach out to me at thethomasgrouplv.com and I can get you some more details on it.
Yeah, Kristen's already sold one lot in here already. And did you mention, I might have spaced out, but did you say that they were net zero?
No, and let me tell you a little bit about some of the cool features. In addition to the design, I'm so excited, I'm stuttering. They are net zero homes that come with your full paid off solar panels, the Tesla batteries to charge those panels and keep you off the grid, as well as a Tesla.
They give you a car too.
Yeah, they give you a Tesla. You can use that as a credit if you want. The pool's included. They do this bespoke model.
That's right, yeah, the pool's...
It's a bespoke model so that you know what you're getting going in, which is really neat. And in addition, there's like incredible technology. There's a technology package that you have included in your home, and you can add up everything too. The cameras are smart cameras that know the faces of people that are around your house regularly, and they'll let you know if they don't recognize someone creeping around. I mean, I've heard recently some people saying the Strip is Las Vegas's version of an ocean view. We only have so many lots. I think it's such a good investment. You know, if you bought an ocean view, you got an ocean view, and that's an incredible investment. The fact that we can still build brand new luxury modern homes with a strip view, once it's sold out, it's gone.
No, and I agree. Everything you said. I've been trying to get Kristen to sell our house so we can buy one up here. But one of the things about strip views is, you know, in a lot of communities and everywhere, right? You don't sell a view because you don't know if something's going to be erected right in front of it. But when you're at the top of a mountain, there's nothing that's going to be getting built up here that's ever blocking that. So I agree with you. I think they're phenomenal investments. I think that the builder is incredibly intelligent and very smart in what they're doing. There is a massive demand in that price range, and I look forward to seeing what it's like. So anyway, hope you got a little bit of value for that if you're looking at luxury. We're going to talk, of course, about the real estate market update because, wow, it's changed.
Yeah. And not to say we told you, but we told you.
You know what? It's honest. It surprised me.
Yeah.
It's got so hot so early that we're going to be in for an interesting year.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary almost how much demand there is right now. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get started. So the median sales price of single family homes last month was $425,000. This was the same as the previous month and down 2.3% from the same time last year. So this is the first month that we have halted the decrease in that median sales price.
We called it, right? If you've been watching our market updates, for the last few months, you'll have said that we believe
the slowdown was slowing.
Yeah, and we were at the bottom, and now you know, not a further decrease in the median sales price.
And in fact, the average sales price increased by 3.8% month over month and 0.8% year over year. So I mean, I hope that we're going to kind of stay here steadily. I mean, I remember when we started doing our market update in 2019, and we would see the same median sales price month over month over month. So hopefully, we'll see the supply and demand even out, and we'll move into a steady market. But
I don't know about that.
We'll see what happens. So there were 1,325 units of single-family homes sold last month. That's down 13.6% from the previous month and down 48.3% from the same time last year. So this is interesting because we actually had our slowest January since since when I looked back, I don't know, over 10, 15 years. The only year that we had a slower January was 2008. So it might be weird that we're saying like, it's heating up, you guys, but we had such a slow January. But what's really important for you to take note of is the pending sales.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of like heating up, when I say it's heating up, what am I judging as those metrics?
Yeah.
Our own business, right? Like how many people are contacting us, because we track and we measure all this stuff. How many people are contacting us each day? How many people are contacting us each week, each month, and stuff like that? And we can see when the sales slow down that are leads and people that are contacting us. And just recently, like basically the 1st of January, as soon as that hit, the phone started ringing.
Right. And not only that, I mean, Steve, every time, I sell a lot of new construction, I'm asking all of the sales reps, what are you seeing in terms of traffic? And they're telling me the same thing. Asking other sales agents, they're saying the same thing as well.
Yeah. We're actually in a couple of different groups of real estate agents around the country. And also in those groups, I've seen different agents sharing that multiple offers are back.
Yes.
Appraisal waivers are back.
Oh, wow.
Already.
Not in our market.
Not in our market yet.
But in other markets.
But in other markets.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. And I guess just while we're talking about that, I am a little bit nervous about this because
it's a little bit scary.
It shouldn't be this hot so soon, especially with interest rates still so high. But ultimately, I guess, two things. The economy is doing really, really well.
Which sounds good, but it's worrying.
And people want to still become homeowners. But it shouldn't be so hot so soon. And with the recent inflation data that's been released, that actually saw basically the economy is doing great, right? As you said, but we don't want it to be doing so well. Technically,
we want to slow it down.
That's what they want to do, right? They want to slow it down. But it doesn't seem to be. And then this is why I'm nervous, is because will we get into a period of inflation again? Right. I mean, we're already in it, obviously, but are we going to start seeing rates going back up and stuff because they need to take more drastic measures?
Right. I hope not.
I don't know.
But something to definitely keep your eye on, so make sure that you stay tuned. Now, like I mentioned, although the January sales were so low, we're talking about all this demand, right? And these are the things that are the properties that we were putting under contract last month. And how we take a look at those is our pending sales. Mm-hmm. The pending sales last month for single family homes were up 35% from the previous month.
Okay.
35%.
Yeah, that's not a small increase.
So we're not making this up, like that there's demand. I mean, it's up 35%. So therefore, next month when we're doing our market update, we expect that we'll see our units sold up that much as well. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at the number of new listings. New listings, there was 2,477, up 47.7% from the previous month, which is great, and still down 14.6% from last year. That's great. They're up almost 50%.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah, but it's quite interesting that they're down from last year too.
It is interesting that they're down from last year. I mean, it's real. Time will tell, how much of an effect the interest rates have on people selling. I mean, I think when we hear people talking about what one of the major sticking points for inventory is, it's that like, why would sellers leave their homes and leave their...
We kind of spoke about it when we were talking about,
buying
up here. We were like, well, we got a 3%, rate on our home. We love our home. It's hard to get us to move out of our home. But these are the conversations that people have.
People are having.
And you're right. I guess, only time will tell. 50% increase in inventory is a lot. In new listings is a lot. Still down from last year. I guess, what we'll see in February and in March.
Yeah.
You know, will it balance out? Or if we're still going to be below what is average, then goodness gracious, homeowners are going to be in for a treat, because we're going to be getting more appreciation back.
Yeah. So let's talk about inventory. There were 5,450 single family homes available for sale last month. That's down 12.3% from the previous month. Whoa, and up 200% from the same time last year. I think that's crazy.
Is that a typo?
I know, but it's not, because January in 2022 was still an extremely, extremely hot market. And, you know, now we've slowed down. So, wow, I imagine we'll keep seeing that next month. But what I'm really curious to take a look at next month is the inventory shrinking month over month still? Or are all those new listings going to be enough to keep up with the increased demand? And so I think next month will give us a really, really good indicator.
Great point, yeah.
Yeah. And there were 4.1 months of inventory. Okay, well, this is kind of giving us a sneak peek. That's up 1.6% from the previous month, whereas we had been seeing that months of inventory shrink. Not even worth saying what it's up from last year, up 500% from last year. So, you know, hopefully
500%.
Yeah, like hopefully we're seeing the market balance out and we can find a nice happy medium, and then we don't need to be scared about inflation and the Feds sticking their feet in again.
If things stay the way they are and the Fed doesn't stick their feet in, I think the buyer's market's going to be gone in 3 months. I think it's going to be gone in 3 months. Like if you're a first-time home buyer that's needing concessions, like you need your rate brought down, you need help towards closing costs, now is the time. Like
now is the time.
We're still getting, I would say, basically all of our offers
have seller concessions.
All of our offers have seller concessions right now. So if you're, on the most part, but if you're looking for that and trying to wait for prices to go down in the spring and into the summer, you're gonna be left with a rude awakening.
Yeah,
so
it's just not what's happening. Like the only other thing that could potentially happen is interest rates go up, and then you're still sitting out. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, great points. One thing that I wanted to talk about before we went into townhomes and condos is an interesting new act or bill that I saw was being introduced by, oh goodness, I don't know if he's a senator or what, a legislative representative.
Very official.
From Oregon, Jeff Merkley. He is introducing an act that aims to cut back on the amount of single-family homes that investors can own.
Okay.
And this is so important because, especially in a market like Las Vegas, I mean, there are these giant companies that own 80,000 to 100,000 properties. And I can tell you that, you know, when you're looking at what they're looking at, which is, you know, a 3-bed, 2-bath, you know, between around 300 to 500,000, that's what they're looking at. So you're going up against these cash offers, and yeah, they've pulled back a little bit while the market has slowed down, but it's affecting the affordability crisis
100%.
so much. So we're gonna keep our eyes on this act. What they'll do is for every property that a single investor, a hedge fund, or whatever owns over 100. So every property over 100. So they have to
own at least 100.
Yeah, if they own over 100, every property, they'll be penalized with a tax penalty of $20,000 for every property over 100.
So they have to pay $20,000 a year per property.
Per property.
That's going to kill a lot of them. Like,
it's not. I mean, and to be honest, like I was reading some of the other terms, I doubt with lobbyists that something like this will ever fully go through what he's proposed. But to me, it makes me so happy that there's even a conversation going on about this, because, you know, we're boots in the field. Like, we see this, we've talked about it in the past. Like, this really, really is affecting housing affordability.
Yeah. No, if they're having the conversation about it, hopefully things are going in the right direction. But I think more of the public needs to be aware of what is truly happening. Because, you know, we hear of the affordability crisis, but what does it mean, and why have we got an affordability crisis? But as Kristen said, when these big cash buyers are coming in and they're not, you know, so they're often paying top dollar for the homes as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're just coming in and, you know,
Lowballing.
They're very competitive. So very interesting. Yeah, look forward to seeing what happens with that.
Keep our eyes on that. And you can also write to your local senator or representative as well. Get the word out for sure. Okay, so let's move on to condos and townhomes. The median sales price was $255,000, up 3.3% from the previous month, and up 4.9% from the same time last year. Wow, that's really interesting. So they've rebounded quite a bit.
I think as soon as, I mean, this is just a guess.
Yeah.
But when interest rates went down, because these types of buyers are going to be typically FHA,
right? And
FHA got into the 5s in January, and then with seller concessions and buy downs, now you know you're back into the 4s. So that's now affordable.
Affordable again. Yeah, absolutely. And listen to this. The average sales price went up 15.5% month over month to $298,500.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, no, obligatory note, because there are fewer of these transactions. They are more easily swayed than like the single family market.
Right.
But we're seeing an upward trend very clearly already.
Have you got the pending on those?
I do. Pendings are up 30% for condo and townhomes.
That's so throughout the whole market.
It's throughout the whole market, yeah. There were 398 condo and townhomes closed last month, up 1.5% from the previous month, down 44% from the same time last year. So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see next month what happens. But we're definitely seeing that momentum picking back up already.
Really, really heavily.
Really heavily, yeah. I mean, it came out of nowhere, didn't it? It was just like, we were like hit by a wave, I felt like. All right, so there were 637 new condo and townhome listings last month, up 40% from the previous month, which is very similar to single family, and still down 12.4% from the same time last year, also similar to single family. There were 1,233 properties available for you to purchase, down 11.3% from the previous month, and up 283% from the same time last year. So inventory is still continuing to shrink. And once again, we'll see if that increase of 40% in listings is enough to help with the low inventory that we have for condos and townhomes. We only have 3.1 months of inventory, so condos and townhomes, we're in a seller's market, which you're seeing, right?
Yep.
With your clients.
Yeah, in fact, I have a young guy that I'm working with right now, first time home buyer, looking at, you know, under 200,000, so he's looking at condos and townhomes. We've written 5 or 6 offers and we keep getting outbid, and he's been very fair and generous with his offers. So yeah, it's very, very surprising. Yeah, it surprised me. I guess we'll see what the rest of the year holds.
Yeah, so stay tuned, because I think next month we've been saying that, right? Like, see what happens in the first few months, and that's going to give us a good indicator for the year. But I think you hit the nail on the head. If you're kind of sitting out waiting to buy, like, get in now.
Yeah, get in now. And what advice would you give sellers?
What advice would I give sellers?
Yeah, if someone's sitting at home, they're here in town.
You're the listing expert, Steve.
I know, but I'm asking you.
I would say wait another month and then get it listed on the market. Yeah.
I'd say that's pretty.
Yeah.
I'd say that's pretty
Pretty
accurate as well. So
yeah.
With that being said, if you need a good listing agent, I would love to have a conversation with you. We do offer guarantee that I'll bring you a acceptable offer within 29 days of us listing it on the market. Otherwise, you don't pay us a penny. You can find more of our info at thethomasgrouplv.com. But just before we go and we wrap it up, what have you learned in real estate this month?
Oh man, you go first, because I don't know what I learned yet.
Okay, you've learned a lot because you've had a busy month.
I have learned a lot.
Okay, I will tell. Oh, all right. Seeing as we're talking about sellers,
yes.
Maybe we can share an experience that we've had together, right?
Oh, I'd rather not relive that.
No, it's okay, but we will, because this is important for people to know.
Yeah.
Because quite often, and especially in this market, there are buyers out there that are contacting the listing agents directly, and they say that they don't have an agent, and they don't have an agent. And then what happened in this, because this has just happened with Kristen and I, is they contacted me. I said I'd rather not represent you because I'm representing the seller. I don't feel like I can, do a just service, just representing both of you. So I said, can Kristen represent you, the buyer? And basically what happens is, when these people are doing this, not all the time, but this happens a lot, is they're actually writing multiple offers on different properties at the same time, and they are trying to see which property they can get the best deal on. And there's no way for us to be able to know how many properties that they've written an offer on. So as a little tip for you, if someone is, maybe you're for sale by owner, trying to sell it by yourself, and someone approaches you and you go down the path with them, try and mitigate as much risk as you can by asking great questions up front.
And trust your gut.
And trust your gut, yeah.
Trust your gut for sure. Okay, the thing that I learned, I kind of already knew, but I saw it in a representative sample, is that there is now a limit on new swimming pool sizes, and they can't be greater than 600 square feet, which in a normal house, that's totally fine. Where it's affecting people is luxury homes. Because honestly, a 600 square foot pool, if you've got it against a giant house, it can look kind of silly. But actually what I did learn is they're including, so Blue Heron, which is one of the luxury builders here in town, they're very famous for doing these, we'll flash up a photo, these like entry walkways that have water features. And even though it's only a few inches deep, that's included in your water square footage. So we're actually not going to be seeing those really cool water features on the entrances to homes anymore. Yeah, they've
really started clamping down on the the water usage right throughout. Yeah. And in our community, I've been seeing them. They've removed some of the grass at the front now, and they've put the fake turf down. So yeah, people are becoming more conscientious of it, but that's a good tip, that, because I saw the post that you did on our Instagram page for it, and you're right. Like I think people do need to take a look at it. So if you haven't followed us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. Take a look, you'll see that on there. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can find all of our info on our website, thethomasgrouplv.com. We offer free consultations, no hassle, no pressure. We look forward to hearing from you soon. But for now, thanks for watching. We'll see you again.